guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm LJ, and today I'm going to be sharing how I get my full glam. This is what I would go for, like if I was going on a night out, like glitter, highlighting, glowy, just sort of full glam, full coverage, flawless skin. Yeah, so if you want to know how I did this, please keep watching. If you are new here, like I said, hi, please hit subscribe if you like what you see. Today's video is a voiceover just because, one, I tend to get things done a bit quicker when I don't waffle on, because you know what I'm like, I do tend to talk a lot, and two, I needed to get this video filmed, get it done. So like I said, the quickest and easiest way for me was get it filmed and then I can do my voiceover in edit. So yeah, this is the look that I created. If you do like it, please give it a thumbs up and just keep watching, and I will see you at the end. Okay, so to start, I'm going to prime my eyes with the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is in the shade C1. I'm just going with a light sheer layer on my eyes, and then for my brows I'm going to use my Goof Proof, never say that right, brow pencil. I'm going to fill in, and I'm going with shade 4. I do want them quite dark, so I'm filling them in quite heavily on both sides. And then once I finish with this, I'm going to take the Lottie London Arch Rivalry Brow Pencil in dark and just add some depth to them, add some really fine hair strokes, because it's a really fine pen, so it really adds some detail to the brows. For eyes today, I'm going to take the NYX Ultimate Warm Palette, and I'm just going to take the lightest warm shade just to run that across my lid to set the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to take the orange tone in the palette and take that through my crease and blend that into the transition colour that I used. The only thing I don't like about this palette, it hasn't got a mirror, so you're going to have to be a bit cock-handed and use both. And then I'm going to take the plummy brown colour and focus that on my outer corner and bring it through my crease using a small fluffy crease brush to keep it a bit more defined so it doesn't overtake all of that orange. And then I'm going to go back with the brush that I used before. When I say orange colour, it's kind of like a tan orange colour. I'm going to take some more of that just to blend it out to make sure it's nice and smoky and nice and blown out, because when we're doing full glam, we want it all blown out and nice and big. And then for the lids, we can only use glitter. It's full glam look, so I'm taking the Stila, I think it's called Golden Goddess, I think it's called. If it's any different, I will leave it down in the comments. And I am using this to do a cut crease. That is what I love about these. They are so opaque that you can literally carve out the lid. I mean, you can see how gold and glittery my eye looks there. do like to double layer this just to make sure it's super sparkly. And to add a bit more, I'm going to go in with the Glam crystals it's like an antique gold colour, and just tap that all over where I've put that gold, just to deepen it up so that it doesn't look so stark against the brown on the outer corner. And then I've found the easiest way to blend these is I take the palette that I'm using and I use the darkest shade and the shade that I've been using on my outer corner, and I tap along the glitter so it deposits some of the colour on the glitter, so when the light catches it, that bit isn't as gold and bright. And then I do the same with the tan colour that we use through the crease and just sort of blend that into the darker colour. And as you can see, that's just blended that out. And I'm going to take the Revolution Renaissance liner and just creating a line across the lash line. This is just going to make it easier for when we apply lashes. I'm not doing a wing today, this is purely for hiding the lash band. And now it's time for the foundation. I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define in F2, and this shade isn't quite right with me, so I'm going to mix it with the Urban Decay in 3.0, which, as you can see, this one isn't quite right for me. I'm at that in-between stage where my winter foundations are too pale, but my summer ones are still slightly too dark. So I just like to mix, and I really love the finish that these two give. And they're both full coverage, so perfect for a full glam look. And then I'm going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define and put this in all of the places I want to conceal and highlight. And then I'm going to use the Urban Decay in Fair Warm because it's a bit more yellow toned to add that brightness under my eyes. And obviously make sure there's no dark circles because that definitely does not scream full glam. But as you can see, these two concealers blend lovely into the foundation and so easily as well. And then because it wouldn't be full glam without a bit of cream contour, I'm using C10 in the Conceal and Define, putting it in all the usual places and using my Duo Fibre brush to blend that out. And one trick that I do use if I find that I've got a bit too much with the cream contour, I'll either take my sponge as I am now or my foundation brush just to tap it all back and blend it nice and seamlessly. And then I'm going to use the Lottie London setting powder to set my face in place. I'm going to use a sponge for baking under my eyes, and I'm using the Revolution Hard Sponge, which has got a nice flat edge so you can get right up under the eye and down the sides of the nose to really add to that contour. And then to deepen up the contour, I'm going to use my Hoola as always with a nice small detail brush just to keep that where it needs to be. to bronze up my face, I'm using the Floor bronzer, which this bronzer is huge, but I'm glad because I use it daily and I absolutely love it, so I'm not going to run out anytime soon. But it is so nice, it's so nice and natural, and it smells really good as well. And I use this to contour my nose because Hoola's a bit too much for my nose, especially when I am really pale. And then to finish off the under eyes, I'm going to take a mix of the tan shade and the darker shade just to smoke out that lower lash line. See, it just ties the whole eye look together, finishing off the under eyes, just mirrors it a little bit. And then the lashes that I've worn today are the filigree ones by I couldn't remember the name then, the I Love filigree ones. Really like these, nice and fluttery, and they just really add to the full glam look. And as you saw, I just used the Peach Melba blush by Collection and the Collection, I Heart Revolution Bronze Goddess. And then for highlights, obviously, as you can see, I'm using my Soap palette in all the usual places, not forgetting the brow bone and the corner of the eye, or the inner corner, to finish the whole look off and to keep the eye looking nice and bright, because we have gone a little bit darker on the outer corner. Now for lips, I was so tempted to go with a red lip, but I decided to keep it nude, and I used the MUA Intense Colour Lip Liner in Sincere and just over penciled slightly, nothing too really obvious, but this lip pencil is really good for overlining. It's a really good neutral skin tone colour, just slightly deeper. So as you can see, that just enhances the lip line. And then I'm using the Revolution Chauffeur lipstick, and then the Revolution Lip Topper in Exquisite as well, just in the centre, just to make the lips look a bit plumper. And then to finish the whole look, obviously we have to set it in place, we want it to last. So I'm using the Revolution Hyaluronic Fixing Spray. Okay guys, so that was how I get my full glam look. As you can see, I couldn't decide between like full glam red lip or a nude glossy. In the end I did go for nude glossy. It actually tends to be like my day-to-day go-to lip, but as well it looks like, especially when paired with this eye, it goes like so well, so glam. But yeah, I was so tempted to go with like super red. I'm still super tempted, but I think I'll keep the pink for now, like the nude for now, just because I haven't got a red lip liner, and when I'm doing full glam I do like to just like just overarch my overline my arch a little bit, and I can't do that without a lip liner. So yeah, I think we'll be staying nude for the day, but yeah, hope you did enjoy it. There will be plenty of pictures of this up on my Instagram. This is like one of my, like I said, my go-to glam. Sometimes I like to change it up and go a bit more pink, but glam to me is like glowy, bronzed, plenty of glitter. As you can see, that is super sparkly. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy. Let me know down below what your go-to glam is. If there's any products in this that you absolutely love that you have to